I'm Kal.
And I'm Stam. And today what we're talking about?
Communication.
Start again?
Yeah. We need to say, you
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to say we're K.A.S.T.
Yeah, cool.
I'm Kal.
And I'm Stam.
I'm Kal.
And I'm Stam. And this is Kal and Stam Talks, the cast. Today what we're talking about, Kal?
Communication.
All right, how did that come about? Why are we talking about communications? Actually, wait, before we even get into what we're talking about today, can we just say thank you to everyone that watched the last episode. We launched our first episode last week. It went very well. We got a lot of good feedback. And last week we spoke about mental health and our personal experiences with mental health. And just want to put that out there. But yeah. So how did we get on to talking about communication, Kal? What was it? What was it about communication? What was it about? What experience did you have that made you feel it's important?
Communication is a big thing, whether it's friendships, relationships, family. So I feel like it's a big topic that ain't really spoken about, and we can speak about our own personal experiences and also people reaching out and asking us about certain things to do with communication.
Yeah.
First things first, I'd say communication within friendships, because I've had a few situations where there may have been miscommunication.
Yeah.
So obviously I had a friend. We was close, and just because of miscommunication, like I was thinking one thing and he was thinking another, so we weren't really direct on the situation.
Yeah.
So it was like he thought whatever, I thought whatever, and we just kind of drifted. It just put a wedge between us until we actually had the conversation, and it was like, oh, it weren't even that. A lot of it was just in our heads. Like we mentioned last episode, it could have been like mental health or just overthinking. Or because sometimes we think the worst.
Yeah.
So that's one of my situations of recent that I've seen miscommunication within myself.
Yeah.
Like, what would you say, for example?
You know what? Last week's episode, I mentioned I done therapy, and when I was engaging in can't remember what therapy it was. It might have been, can't remember. Was it CBT? Can't remember, but yeah, the therapist made me do like a little written exercise, and it basically was to find out what type of communicator you are. So when I done the written exercise, the guy said, well, it looks like you're a passive communicator, like you're passive. So once we discovered that I was passive, next part of the exercise, it said that if you're passive, you need to learn to be assertive. So then there was some exercises about being assertive, asserting your like how you, like if there's a problem, like healthy ways to say, look, you've done this, I don't like that, I'm not comfortable with it. And then we done some exercises on how to like just learn to express yourself in a healthy way.
All right, cool. See, when you say assertive, because a lot of people don't know what assertive means in that situation. So what is your understanding of assertiveness?
To just assert to say what you're thinking. Here's a saying: to say what you mean and mean what you say.
So being more direct.
Yeah, just being direct, and doesn't mean you have to be rude or aggressive.
Yeah.
But just being straightforward, like learning to say how you feel or what exactly you are thinking, but just in a healthy way.
Yeah, yeah.
Because maybe before, us being from the ends, the only way you know is maybe just get angry. We're from East London.
Exactly.
People get angry.
Yeah.
You can't, how dare you, excuse the language, but that's what we're taught, to just lose your temper and start screaming and shouting, but you don't have to all the time.
Yeah, you don't always have to be angry. There's different ways and body language of speaking to people. But what I would say on the assertiveness and kind of directness, I've learned that being more direct with people, so telling people what actually and getting straight to the point. So saying if I want, I don't know, like something, I'll just say it direct. I want that. Instead of beating behind the bush or going around all these angles because I might feel a type of way. Because at the end of the day, when you're direct, that's it, and it's just straight to the point. And they understand what you're talking about. There ain't no miscommunication like they might have thought I wanted that because of the way I've said it. So being more direct, it just eliminates any confusion or
Yeah, but it's not easy though. You got with me, and I'm still a work in progress. But it took practice. And it's uncomfortable as well. It's uncomfortable to be direct sometimes. Especially, it depends on the situation, but yeah, sometimes it can be. Earlier, we're in the group, on a group call, working out what we're doing for this episode.
Yeah.
And we're all passionate. You're talking, Ian's talking, I'm talking. Then I'm saying something, and I can't remember what I said it to. I said, 1 sec, let me land.
Yeah, I know.
Let me land. I've got to land there. So even that alone is kind of... That is being assertive in a healthy way.
Would you say being able to say no is being assertive?
Yeah.
Because I feel that... Well, I used to struggle with saying no to people, because it's like... Obviously, I've mentioned this before. I was a people pleaser. So I don't want to let people down, or I just might feel awkward. But then I'd put myself in situations where I don't particularly want to do something. Like if one of my friends asks me to drop them to the airport and I know I'm going to be super tight or something like that. And then I'm beating myself up because I could have just said, nah, bro, I can't do that.
You're
you know
what
I'm saying? And I'm doing it. They're all going on holiday, living their best life in the airport, duty free and that. And I'm driving home tired. Not on a hating thing. You get what I'm saying? And then my friend, and even on top of that, I ain't even trying to ask for petrol now, because it's like, yo, cuz you got the petrol. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like being able to say no, and it's hard to say no. But now it's like, you know what? I know what it feels like to not say no, because you might be driving home tired or this and that.
Well, you know what I do, I've got 2 or 3 people in my life that I go to in a certain situation. So even if it's a simple thing, like you said, airport run, if someone wants me to take airport and something inside me doesn't feel right with it, I'll run it past a certain person. I say, listen, this is the situation. So-and-so wants me to take them to the airport. I don't feel... I'm up like, is this my mind? Is my mind playing tricks on me? Is this am I being bad mind? Or should I take them? That's how I will help myself make the decision. And then if I do have to say no, then I just figure out how to say no, or
but you know what it is? Sometimes
excuse myself.
I get ringing the people and asking, phoning a friend. I get that. But sometimes if I'm in the chat and they've asked me in the chat, then I've read it and I've left the chat. It's kind of, do you get what I'm saying? I don't want them to think, what's going on? If you don't want to do it, just say no.
Yeah, that's
sometimes
a different situation.
You're directly.
You're on the
obviously,
spot.
There's certain situations where, because I ask a lot of people before I do something. Like my posts on Instagram, I don't just film it and upload it. I send it to people that I know and be like, how do I look? You sure there ain't food around my mouth? Am I looking all right? You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, no, do it again. Even though it's enough, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I always try to run it through people before I do anything.
Yeah.
So that's like...
I think that comes with confidence though, and maturity.
Yeah.
To be fair.
But, I get that. But you know, like sometimes 2 people are better than 1. So what I might not see, they may see. If you get what I'm saying. So there's some stuff that obviously other people might have a eye for detail in certain things, and I might have overlooked it. Like, Kal, your top's creased. I ain't even clocked my top's creased. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's overthinking, though.
It's not overthinking. It's like obviously I'm going on the World Wide Web.
What you saying? Is that feedback from episode 1?
No, my top weren't creased.
Hey, no. We have to touch on this one though.
Yeah.
What did you say about white t-shirts?
No, wait.
You don't have to iron white t-shirts.
No, because you see, listen, I iron the white t-shirt, but it's a weird. No, it's because some of my white t-shirts, they're a bit fitted. So when I put them,
you saying they iron themselves when you wear it.
My mum always used to say, oh, don't worry about it. The creases will come out. But I'll be playing that.
About white tees though.
No, you see with that white t-shirt, I think I got that one from Uniqlo, innit? So that was fresh because I knew that I was doing this. So I just put it on and it was. But no, I do iron I ironed this today.
Don't worry, man. He's winding you up. He's white.
So Kal, man, I don't know about the white t-shirt situation.
No, I ironed it.
I've ironed or steamed all of my white t-shirts.
You know what? But since we're on communication, Kal, maybe you shouldn't have communicated that.
Yeah,
okay.
What with the white tee?
Yeah, you should have kept that to yourself.
No, but I'm open. This is open. This is a safe space. So if I expect people to be safe, I'm going to be safe and tell them that. I hear you. I know there's a couple man out there that.
Boys, On the note of communication, do you know what the 4 basic forms of communication are?
I'm gonna take a guess. I don't know, but I'm gonna take a guess.
You've mentioned a couple, to be fair. But this is more for the viewers.
Wait, ask the question again, E.
So what are the 4 types of
communication? Is body language a way of communicating?
That's like wider. The 4 basic types are
direct communication. No,
that's wider as well. So
what? Text message, writing a letter.
That's in there, but that's again the wide. So the 4 basic forms of communication.
Yeah.
A passive communication, which you mentioned.
Okay.
Aggressive communication.
Yeah, it was this thing we did.
Passive aggressive communication and assertive communication.
That's it. Yeah.
So you've mentioned assertive and passive without even knowing that that's one of the 4 types or 2 of the 4 types.
Yeah.
But you know what you hear a lot in conversation or
what do you hear?
In how people interpret things. People say, "Oh, that person was passive aggressive to me," or
you hear a lot of passive aggressive, innit?
They came across in a certain way. So understanding what passive aggressive actually means, is probably a good point to speak on, or just all the 4 communication types anyway.
Well, to my understanding, we start with the one that I mentioned, passive. I just used to like not say anything and bottle up emotions. So if someone pissed me off, I wouldn't say nothing. Or if, let's just say, someone's promised to do something and they didn't do it, I wouldn't remind them. I'll just hold it in. This is my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That is.
Yeah. So just basically biting your tongue all the time, and you know what? The part of it that is passive, expressing it in, how can I put it? Expressing it in a way, maybe being funny, or like when I say funny, not funny as in laughing, being funny towards a person, like being off with them because you're pissed off. But
that'll probably be more in the passive.
Is that passive aggressive?
Yeah. So passive is what you said initially. So it's often looks like communicating through fear or speaking up, and this can lead to misunderstanding. So you, like you said, you bottle it up or you hold it in. You won't actually speak on what it is.
Yeah, I used to. Yeah,
I think I did that a lot
for years, and this all ties in with the mental health. You're not expressing
you're
yourself. You're not communicating. You're not processing emotions and situations, and you're not dealing with things. This all can trigger and bubble over, and
so then that rolls into the aggressive communication style, which tends to be driven by anger and judgment, and can also result in inflexibility. This can create hostile environments. So if you're a passive communicator in general, and then you're getting frustrated and it's building up, that's when it can come across passive aggressive, because
so one form can morph into the other.
There you go. And that's where passive aggressive, the term passive aggressive, comes from.
Okay.
Because you've been communicating in such a passive way for such a long time. Or in short spurts as well. It can happen in a moment. You can hold something in, feel a type of way, and then obviously want to get it off your chest. So then you come across a bit aggressive, and you mix the two together. Do you get what I mean? And then assertive communication is inconfident. So you speak up.
Okay.
You know exactly what you want to say. You get off your chest clearly. People understand what you're talking about, and it's direct, as Kal said earlier.
But I do think, you see, when you like said about assertiveness and like talking with confidence, for me, my personal experience, I had to learn to word what I want to say. Even now, you'll even notice in the podcast, Kal speaks a bit quicker than me. I speak slower, but I speak slower because I'm choosing my words carefully. I want to be very particular with what I say. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think over time, learning to be assertive, I had to learn, and I'm still learning, to just word things correctly, because I know how I feel. I know what it is I'm thinking or what I've identified, but sometimes it's how to say it, what choice of words, what tone. Do you get what I'm saying? That comes with time.
100%.
Yeah.
And maturity and understanding.
Yeah, maturity.
Have you got any examples that I know you wanted to touch on a few personal experiences where communication has probably led to breakdowns within different types of relationships, and obviously we're going to get onto that later on.
So you passive is like not being direct, basically, kind of. So within relationships, I haven't been passive. I don't, obviously, like I said, men don't really talk. Well, I don't really talk, and that's touching mental health again. And it's like, something could happen, and I just wouldn't say anything. But it's pissed me off.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say anything, and it would just fester, and I wouldn't say anything.
Yeah. And
then I'll just start getting angry because it's festering, and I'll be thinking in my head, so now overthinking's coming now. No, this person's mugging me. They're mugging me, innit? Because how do they not know what they've done, innit? And I haven't been direct, so where I was going wrong is I was expecting them to know what I was thinking or how I was being. Remember, I'm being passive, but I'm just keeping a straight face. They don't know anything, so I feel that like that's where the breakdown comes in, because then obviously it just blows out into something else because it turns into a big argument because I'm super angry now. We might have a little argument about, oh, you ain't washed the dishes or something like that. These times I'm angry about what I haven't been passive about. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like it's a breakdown. Obviously, I haven't been direct. So I'm mad at them because they don't know I'm mad at them, basically, because there's a lack of communication there.
Yeah.
So there's been quite a few times because I feel like when I heard that word, I didn't really know what it meant till today, till now. And I was passive, but I'm trying to be more assertive.
Yeah.
And if there is an issue that, I don't know, within my relationship or even with my friends, I just say, look, listen, just be direct with me. If you've got a problem with me, I know it's hard, whatever, just tell me what it is. So then we can just deal with the situation at hand instead of maybe me being passive, the new word, and it just getting just miscommunication, basically.
So let me ask you, you mentioned something there was an issue with a friend.
Yeah.
So how did that get dealt with? You don't have to go into too much details because we don't want to mention names or anything, but if you want to give a rough...
You know how it got dealt with? I just was going therapy, and we was talking about taking accountability for certain things. And then, obviously, remember I said on the last episode, I would reflect. Obviously, sometimes I'd reflect on, like, obviously, this friend, they were still about on the Instagram, and we have mutuals, so I'm not really in and around them. I can't lie, I would avoid certain situations where they were. And it was like, hold on, let me think about what actually happened here. You know what I'm saying? Because what happened? So then when I'm thinking, oh, nothing bad really happened for us not to be talking. Wow. So then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to ring him. I'm just going to ring him, innit? Like, and just be like, yo, what are you saying? Like, I love that. And then he just spoke, and it was just from when we spoke, it was just like love, like we were like nothing ever happened. Do you get what I'm saying? I was like, and then I said, you know what? I can't lie. I think you mugged me on this and this. And he was like, no, it weren't even that deep, but I thought you mugged me on this and this. And it was like, oh, all right, cool. Like, bruv, look at that. I'm sorry if you felt like that, but that wasn't my intention. And obviously we just apologized, and then we're friends again. All it took was just the one phone call. But imagine, we went, I think, near enough a year, you know, where we just didn't talk.
Imagine how many friendships or relationships that have probably broken down just to lack of communications.
Yeah, because a lot of it is in our head. Again, like we're just thinking things. And do you know what? On that note, it's like we don't ever have. Like I said, we're moving so fast. Like just because I chose to reflect and do things, I had the time to actually think about it. Because if I was still doing whatever I was doing, just moving fast forward and not going therapy, I wouldn't have thought anything of it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have thought to reach out or nothing like that, because I've got my own life going on. But I just thought, accountability, let me just reach out, innit? What's the point? I'm never going to know what it was until I actually ask what it was.
Have you actually heard of the phrase, unspoken expectations are premeditated resentments?
Never heard that.
No, I haven't.
Does that make sense when you break it down, though?
Yeah, say it again, please.
Unspoken expectations.
So
unspoken expectations.
Premeditated. Lead to premeditated resentment.
So I feel like with that, it's like if I don't tell you what I expect, then, but this is just me. If I don't tell you what I expect, then what's the last bit?
The resentment that comes from it.
So then obviously I'm gonna start resenting you.
Yeah.
Because you ain't basically doing what I haven't told you I want you to do. Do you get what I'm saying?
But the only thing is, some things, there's a saying, if you knew better, you do better. And some things we might expect others to do some things are common courtesy, and some things is just should just be basic manners and just like a basic way to carry yourself. But maybe not everyone's as refined as one man might not be refined as the next man. So something that is basic in like maybe my eyes, like I don't know, I bump into someone, they say hello, they shake, like they say, you shake someone's hand with the right hand. It's rude if you shake with the left hand, but a man might not know that. Mm-hmm. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's just literally an example. I'm giving an example of.
Is that correct?
It's a good example. I think the point is, what you said, Kal, is correct, and what you said is pretty much correct, Stam.
Because sometimes it's not. Because sometimes we literally might not.
What I would say within that though is that you mentioned it can work and it can't work, and sometimes it should be basic instinct or understanding.
Some things should just be basic manners or
everyone. Not everybody, but people are raised differently.
Exactly.
So if you come from different places or different backgrounds or cultures, your understanding of what the basic morals are may be completely different from someone else. Whether it's male or female, whether it's another male or friendship, whatever. So you're not going to know how they was brought up, and you may carry yourself in a certain way and have your own morals and the way you work. And if someone does something that irks you and makes you feel a type of way, it may be because you haven't communicated that expectation from them.
And people's cultures are different as well. Some things are cultural.
Exactly.
I have a prime example for when that happened with me, like literally. So quickly, obviously, when I started therapy, I was with my girl, and obviously I was going therapy to become a better person. So I was my journey, and I don't know, I just started getting angry, and always would say to her, she's not on my journey. Like, because I felt that she weren't helping me on my journey.
Was you pissed with her because she wasn't the one?
No, because it was like we was arguing about stuff, but it would we'd be ending up. I remember I'm trying to be a better person, but we're arguing and I'm ending up not being a better person and whatnot. And I would always say, you're not on my journey. But then I realized, when I did reflect again, it's like, this is my journey. How can I expect her to help me on becoming a better man? She can to an extent, but I feel like I had too much expectation for her in that situation. And then that's what led to me getting annoyed, because it was like, well, this is my journey. I'm trying to.
Because you're doing this and you're bettering yourself.
Yeah.
You just expected her to fall in line and kind of.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying?
Kind of be not on the same thing, but at least help you with it, or
help me too much, innit?
Be like accommodating to what you're doing.
But
now.
These times people got their own problems as well. Yeah. So I'm expecting her to like not drop everything, but it's like I'm going therapy, so I'm the main thing now. But that's where it kind of broke down, kind of like where obviously resentment. I was resenting because I feel that you're against me, but truth is.
So then that leads me to just think that another form of communication is communication with ourselves, because you mentioned reflecting. Reflecting, that's kind of communicating with yourself. It might sound a bit complicated, but.
Yeah, it's questioning certain things. You reflect.
That's part of community reflecting, communicating with yourself. So.
You said in episode 1, Kal, that you do a lot of self-reflection.
Yeah.
So that's part of your daily ritual where at the end of the day, I can't remember what exactly you said.
Yeah, because I can't remember what book it is and I read, and it's about 1% better each day. Obviously, I can't always be 1% better. But it's basically like, I think what is it, Atomic Habits or something? It might be Atomic Habits. I don't know. I'd have to check it. One of the two books. Something, I think it is Atomic Habit. It might not be, but something about becoming a better person. And it's like, I just reflect to know what I've done, because like I said, we move fast. You need to know what you've done. And like, if you've it's hard to explain, just learning from yesterday and taking it into tomorrow. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's you can learn from stuff in it. Like, for example, the guy at the time when the fight, you took that. Well, you took that into the rest of your life, but I'm saying you took it into the next day, whereas you learned from it.
Of course. Or something more practical. Last week I was late. Or not last week, was it 2-3 weeks ago? Yeah. I was late. Today I was on time.
Yeah, so you get on. You might have reflected. You might not have known you was doing it, but you thought, you know what? No, that can't. What happened today? I was late. All right, that can't happen again.
Well, you didn't let me forget for the whole time.
That all comes in the form of communication.
But look, me and E had a chat after the podcast. You went. We had a friendly chat, and E just kind of like. you let man know, like,
punctuation.
Man's time. So I thought, you know what, the big dog spoken. I ain't gonna be late again.
Man, we all put each other on back on track. Like, we're a team, innit? So at the end of the day, if you can see something's veering off, and you know we've got a goal to achieve something, then we're all gonna bring each other back in line. So it's no problem, man. Yeah. But I feel like knowing, sorry to cut you, I feel like knowing that the circle that you're in or the group that you're in, because we haven't even gone into the types of relationships yet, but we're comfortable around each other. Yeah. And we ain't with each other every day. We speak every day. We may drop a message here and there, but we're comfortable. We know what our word is strong, and we're able to speak our mind freely. Do you know what I mean? So we can all be assertive at times. We can all be passive at times. We can all hold back and say what we want to say when we need to. But your circle is important as well.
That's true. Because look, like, let's use us as an example. I know if anyone wants to say something in a group, we could just say it in a bantery way, like, fuck, you know, like, you was late last week, like. But I know, alright, cool. He's saying what he's saying, but he's saying it in a friendly way. He's like getting or whatever. That's just an example, innit? So yeah, goes to what you say. But
I wanted to touch on something else before we steer too far off. Yeah,
go on.
It comes down to, and again, we're going to go into the different relationship types based on how you communicate with people. The term alpha male.
Okay, what about it?
So what's your understanding of it first of all, and then obviously for the viewers?
Alpha male. Well, let's take the word alpha. I know there's alpha and beta. I think they're two states of mind or states of being. So I've heard the alpha male and beta male, and I think that alpha is the more dominant.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe you can go into more depth.
Assertive. So you could say that an alpha male is someone who's an assertive communicator.
Okay.
They're more bang on, straight to the point, honest, straight. Don't mince their words.
Are you saying I'm an alpha, yeah?
And then I think everybody. This is the thing. We'll get to that in a second. And a better is someone who's more of a passive, a nice guy, calm, doesn't necessarily speak too highly or speak out too much. So I think there's a balance of when you can be an alpha and when you can be a better. It varies on the type of relationships you have, the type of circles you're in, and the type of conversation or communication you're having with someone. So I feel like it varies. But yeah, at times it will switch. So that will lead us into...
I didn't know it switches, because maybe online or just out there, you just always say alpha male. Yeah. But I didn't know you could switch between the two.
Yeah.
I think it might be depending on what situation you're in as well.
If the police pull you over, you might have to just be a beta and just...
some people might be alpha, yeah. Not me, but there's some people that's going to be alpha.
That's how you're a madman.
Not me. But I'm saying about I'm beta, innit, in that situation.
What you say when wifey's angry, you're beta? Or you're alpha?
Beta depends on the situation, innit?
Yeah. But you know what?
So I got a point here. This is a fact check on myself here.
Go on.
So there's alpha and beta, but a sigma is someone who has traits of both.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah. I was gonna actually ask you, is there another one, like another?
Yeah. I think it depends on what situation I'm in. Okay. If I may be comfortable, I may be alpha because I'm comfortable, but if I'm in a new setting, I might be beta because I'm
more in your show,
quiet, taking in what's going on around me.
Yeah.
So cool. Sigma.
That's it, man.
Okay.
And that's a good fact check to be able to, you know what I mean? We're putting stuff out
that's
there.
A good one.
You know where I clocked, like alpha, beta, sigma? Those are always in like American high school, college movies.
The fraternity thing.
That's it, yeah. That's where I took that from early.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, obviously it's a completely different...
No, we're not now, but I've always heard of that, but when I heard about it is watching something on sleep, and when you're sleeping, your mind goes into like a beta state, they call it, and these other types of states of mind. So that's when I kind of took the link and worked out what it meant.
Where we get our information from, right?
Yeah.
But so that leads us into the types of, so from communication, the types of relationships that we have with people and how we communicate with them. So let's say I'll give you a few topics and then you can take it from there. Really, it'll be friendships, so platonic relationships, like relationships with a partner, romantic, family, work or colleagues. Like there's various different topics that we can talk on, but just how you would sort of communicate in those styles and some experiences that you have.
This is what I've got to add to today's podcast. We talked about expectations. When I got with my partner, I said to her at the start, I said, "What are your expectations for this?" Like when we decided we're gonna get together, I said, "What are your expectations? Let's talk terms and conditions." And she told me what her terms and conditions are, and I told her mine, and that has helped us a whole load. And I don't know where I got the idea from, but it's helped us a lot.
Instagram, TikTok.
You know what? I got it from Merkson's song, T's and C's. T's and C's when you're belling my phone. I don't know if you remember. You remember that tune, E? That tune was cold.
Quick question, yeah? So, how long you been with?
4 years.
All right, cool. So, from when you asked that first question 4 years ago, has nothing changed? So, nothing's changed like where she might have expected different stuff or whatever? Or
not really.
Has there been any breakdown in communication?
There's time, not breakdown in communications, but there's time when we might have had to, upgrade our communication and add on some expectations and work some stuff out, but nothing crazy. Maybe just, I don't know, maybe how I talk or maybe how I react or how she talks or reacts or just little things. It's just like, all right, cool. This has happened. It went this way.
Okay.
I wasn't happy with that.
So I'd say text message is one of the worst ways of communication in a relationship. Because I feel that things just get misconstrued. Maybe it might be me, but I know there's some people out there that understand what I'm saying here. It's like, see, when you send a text, it can be read in so many different ways. You know what I'm saying? And I've been sent paragraphs, yeah? And I don't know whether it's me, but I'll find the worst thing in the paragraph.
But Kal,
yeah,
let me just jump in there and kind of ask you. It sounds like you're talking more about when you're communicating with maybe with a girl and you have an argument. Because you could say text messages, but
be just saying stuff, and it might just be
saying stuff like what though? Go to the shop and get me a drink, and then you get a drink.
No, of course, that's different. I'm gonna go to the shop and get a if she asks for a Coke.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't even actually, but I mean,
but I'm just saying, maybe when things ain't so good, I would say that they'll get misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really. I can read. Don't get me wrong. I'm a very good reader, but for some reason, I just
you might not interpret it how they intended to.
And I feel that if you have a conversation face to face or even on the phone, it's totally different. That I feel the outcome is totally different from a message.
Yeah, it is. Do you get but that's why, if you notice in our group chat for the podcast, I'm always sending voice notes, and sometimes people might not be able to listen or whatever, but I just always prefer the voice note because I just want to articulate myself and I want to just be understood.
Not even when I'm arguing, I've spoke to a lot of people. I'm a dry texter.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes someone might say something, I'll be like, oh. Just because it's like, I'm not really, I'm more of a talker. So it's like, I'm not really good at communicating.
Sometimes it's like, what do I say now? Or what do I say to that?
Yeah, I'm not really good at communicating via text. So that's
that you know that about yourself though.
Yeah, but so I'm more of a I would send a voice note because I think even the other day someone said I was being blunt or arrogant because of how I was talking, and I actually wasn't.
But at least they said it to you, so you know, and you can address it.
Yeah, I addressed it via a voice note. No, because obviously it's like I don't want them to think that I'm this type of guy that I'm not.
Yeah.
So I feel that, but in a relationship, I try and be more direct in it, like much more like not passive anymore. If I've got a problem, I'm gonna say it because obviously the lack of communication. So that's what I would say.
Do you feel like you change the way you communicate with different people for
100%?
Yeah,
100%. I'm from Bow, Tower Hamlets. It's a melting pot of different cultures. So I find depending on who I communicate with, depends how I may speak. I might just change how I speak a little bit. Or I may,
100.
So that could be slang, lingo.
No.
Yeah, slang, lingo, cockney, or just more, more or less. And even, like if you're in official settings, you might talk a bit more proper, or your body language might be a bit more, less relaxed or
more presentable.
Definitely. I feel that. I was even thinking about that the other day. I don't even know if it comes down to decorum or something like that, but it's like I have different languages I can speak. And I'm not talking about French, Spanish and that. So I can speak like English, broken English, and then road, and then, you get what I'm saying? Because I have to be able to, when I'm at work.
You want to tell us what the different types of...
So obviously when I speak English, that's when I'm at work, when I might be talking to the managers. I talk a certain way. I'm not going to talk like it now.
You're saying you're polite.
No, I'm polite to everyone. But proper English, like use proper words and then obviously I can talk broken English, and that's like, when I'm around, like when I'm in the ends, and I might see, I might see one of my mum's friends outside the pie and mash shop in the ends.
You speak broken English to your mum's friends, bro?
Yeah, because it's Cockney, innit? Like I'd say Cockney, like, do you get what I'm saying? And then obviously I got road when I'm talking to the man, them like, the code. And then you kind of got slang, like when I'm talking to my little cousins, hella, all them words, and I don't really, do you know what I'm saying? So
what about back slang? Could you ever speak back slang?
All that, I ain't even gonna do it.
Could you speak back slang?
That's our generation.
Pigeon and all them things. I don't know about all that, but that's what I'm saying. So I'm able to, because I've worked in certain roles, I come across a lot of people on a daily, and
you're basically like a lizard. You can change your skin to whatever color. Like a chameleon can
talk to different.
Not a lizard,
people.
A chameleon.
I can talk to different people. So that's when I say I can speak different languages. But these ain't languages that you can find on Duolingo. These are like just growing up in London and having to talk to different people, because obviously you are different. It's not about being fake. It's just some people wouldn't understand what we're saying.
That's
there's a lot more to talk on that though, man. So let's try and keep up that because we're gonna cut in and out of it anyway. So
like, what do you mean? Like, what? Just talking proper English?
Yeah.
So talking proper English, that's like, you have to, like, obviously I wouldn't come in the room with you lot and say, "Good afternoon, gentlemen." Like, I wouldn't do that. Do you get what I'm saying? But when I'm at work, it's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing today? I hope you're having a great," not going to carry on.
Do you think that's a little bit fake though?
It's not fake, but that's the people I'm addressing. That's that's the industry I'm in.
Yeah.
Do you
think it's necessary though? Do you think if you somehow was just like more...
because remember, when I'm talking like that, I'm a representation of what I'm working for my company. Do you get what I'm saying? So obviously do
you think it would make a difference though in the person's eyes who you're communicating?
If I started talking in slang,
not slang, but just if you talk to little more relaxed. Do you think it's only in our head, or
that's just me? Because I'm probably keeping our expectation, but I ain't gonna go into work and say, "Well, go on, you good?" Like, I'm not gonna do that. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that, because they're gonna think, "Well, go on." Like, do you get what I'm saying? What's all that about? So obviously, you have to be able to talk to different people in different ways. Remember, we're all from different cultures. Some people might not even understand what we're saying, so you talk a bit slower for them, and you don't know that you're. Do you get what I'm saying? So
I want to ask E though, because I know E is in a lot of different circles and different environments. What about you?
I think I adapt to the environment I'm in. To be
fair.
I don't speak one particular way.
Okay.
So it varies, man. Honestly, it's one of them ones where now I'm speaking. This is how I normally speak. So how you hear me now this is my voice. This is how I talk. I'm around some people that are mad articulate with their words. Even when it comes to texting, like, I feel a type of way if I'm texting them back and I'm not spelling it correctly. But
I did notice with you, you're very quick at texting, very quick, and articulate as well. So imagine that I'm looking at you thinking, he's a bit articulate. That's why I send voice notes as well. I don't type as quick.
It's a lot easier to send a voice note. I think you get the point across a lot quicker as well, but it just depends on the environment you're in, and I've obviously got, depending what I'm doing throughout the day and what time I've got to share, it could be a quick text message or it could be a phone call, but yeah, generally, it depends on who I'm talking to and what I'm talking about. Like, there could be, like Kal said, there's many forms of English and speaking proper English. And if you're going to put spellings and commas and punctuation and whatever else when you're texting, or it can literally be back slang or slang where you're using broken words.
There's a lot of forms of English. Thinking about it, obviously, if you've ever, like, I don't know, had to do jury service, for example, and you go to court and you hear them using these words.
Have you done jury service?
No, I haven't done jury service, but they're using. Nah, I never done it.
Never done it?
I'm waiting to do it. So, but yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you listen to them talking in court, they use some old English that we don't even understand. I don't know if you've ever heard.
It's a different English.
Yeah, like, I don't know if it's Yodi or whatever is going on. Like, no, but it's a real thing.
Shakespeare and
no, because they've got,
what's
like,
it called, legalese?
Like Archibald or something like that. It's a book of, like, law or something like that, and they talk in different forms of English, not English that we would understand.
Is it the same words, but it's got a different meaning to the? We've got one meaning for it, but they've got a different meaning for the same word.
I don't know what it is, but I've heard them talk some language I've never heard, and in courts, because courts date back to many years ago, so a lot of their language probably wouldn't have changed. Yeah,
you're gonna have to Google that one.
Yeah, because I think I was reading I think it's called the Secret Barrister or something like that, and I think they highlight it in there.
Oh, is it?
So yeah,
was the language called Archibald? You said?
No. That's a big. I think that's a big book of, like, law, all the laws and all the things. And I was just reading it one day, innit? But what we say in Bow, words that we use in Bow, people might not use in West London. Yeah. For example, because they say Cockney and stuff like that. So there's all different ways to talk to people. Like, I say things to people from South London, they're like, "What? What are you talking about?" So
you'd have to adapt to that. But what I want to touch on is what just came to mind is was it aggressive communication? So
assertive,
what I think this is what our community may lack or need to work on. We see a lot of stuff in the news, things going on, like my example when I said I had the fight. But I feel like a lot of stuff comes from bad communication or only being able to communicate in an aggressive way. I was speaking to my cousin the other day and he was just saying, the black community, we're not political enough. I said, what do you mean? He's like, other communities are a bit more political. They can literally sit and talk through their problems. And he said, that's what's called being political. And just like people bumping into people in the street, having an argument in a supermarket, or someone, like someone might serve you the wrong way or just not.
Would you say that's just the black? Because I want to.
No, I wouldn't say that's just the black.
When you say community,
yeah,
you can talk about two different types of community. I think where we come from, in terms of as a background, not our race, but more so the area that we come from.
Yeah, when I say community, I mean like the urban community in where we come from. Like, so I notice maybe if I'm in my girlfriend's area, it's less road rage. But when I come to Tower Hamlets now, everyone's driving a bit more faster. Everyone's a bit more on edge.
Rat race.
Everyone's like more ready to fight over like silly things, over maybe you cut them up or you bib them. Do you get what I'm saying?
I feel communication is less when I come. Like, even talking about the other day walking in the woods.
Yeah.
If like people say morning. When I come to Tower Hamlets or the ends, no one's saying morning.
No.
Furthermore, I'm holding the door. People ain't even saying thank you. Do you get them? That's communication. So it's like, I feel there's lack of communication, and I don't know why it is. I don't know whether people. I just feel like when I get there, it's like, and I'm not bashing the area because that's where I came from, but it's like there's just like people just saying that they're just not happy. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know. It's just like the communication is poor. I don't know whether.
That's my point. I feel like in our community is there's a lot of room for a lot of improvement, and it could probably solve a lot of problems.
What do you think that's due to, though? Do you think it's a lack of education? Do you think it's a lack of
maybe a lack of education, but I also think it's like, you know, like growing up watching EastEnders. Not honestly, literally, like I didn't grow up with my dad, so I didn't see an example of a man dealing with a situation in a healthy way. So, but I'm just watching Phil Mitchell, how Phil Mitchell deals with his situation. I'm not even joking. People might laugh. I'm seeing Phil Mitchell just lose his temper and say, "I'm going to smash you up." So you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
I think it,
so. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think it's
I think there's a lot. I think just going back to where we come from compared to where we live now, it's like everyone's living on top of each other, and obviously, remember, things are hard. Things are more expensive down there, more time than they are. Do you get what I'm saying? Things are hard, and also, remember I said about walking in the woods and fresh air and that. I don't feel like, obviously, that's the little things, that positive dopamine, no? So it's like, remember, there ain't no woods where there's tower blocks and you might see a tree.
Parks.
There's parks, but that's different. A park it's a park surrounded by all this, I don't know, ULEZ and bad pollution and fumes, and no matter what they're trying to do with these electric cars, there's motorways surrounding the park.
Yeah, I hear it. I'm kind of hear
so
where
it's
you're
like
going
kind
with
of
this,
the air is kind of it's not as clear, that you ain't got time to think, because you can't just, I can walk in the woods and zone out. I ain't seeing nobody. You're gonna see someone every 5 minutes or every 5 seconds when you're living. Like no one's really got time to think or be on their own. I feel like it's just there ain't positive.
Basically,
dopamine.
everyone's just under pressure. Everyone's just on top of each other. Everyone's
pot.
stressed
It's
out.
a boiling pot.
It's a boiling pot. Okay.
Think about your guy in work. You're getting on the central line. You ain't even got a seat.
That's true, but I also think, besides it being a boiling pot, I think it's also a thing of like I keep saying, if you knew better, you do better. Like,
it's hard.
Listen, hear me. Over the years, as I'm reading more books, and I'm getting more articulate, and I'm learning to communicate, certain times I don't even have to get angry. Like in school, I was that kid that would just lose his temper and throw the chair around and mash up the classroom. But that's because I didn't know how to communicate how I feel. But as I matured, like he says, as I matured now, so I feel maybe it's a maturity thing, and maybe if that person that got angry and done that thing on the street, if they knew how to articulate themselves a bit better, I think is that as well. If you can articulate yourself, you don't need to even be angry or. Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
True. Like this is what I'm saying, Kal. when you actually break it down, communication styles and everything else is education, first of all.
Yes.
Actually understanding what types of communication styles there are. Is articulation, so you being able to actually put across exactly what you mean and be assertive with your speech, and what you mean is what you say. And it's about understanding and compassion, and but like then that's when the emotions come in.
Okay.
And like we said on episode 1 with the mental health and whatever else, because of there's a lack of resource or education or know-how, so to speak, that then has a knock-on effect when you're growing up, because you can't necessarily get what you have inside out the right way, you know?
I get that. Yeah, do you know what? I can't lie. Even today, I just learned that about them different communications, because I heard them, but I didn't really know what they were, like the actual meanings. That's why when he asked, I kept quiet. You know what I'm saying? So, but I feel that I get that, because obviously, remember I said I used to be angry and stuff like that, because obviously maybe what I wanted to say, I didn't know how to say it or communicate it in the right way.
Like, or you might not even seen an example. Like I said, my dad when I ran, I've never seen an example of maybe two men. Like sorting out a situation in a healthy way. I've only seen men get angry and then fight. I've never seen say, "Hang on, mate, that's out of order." Oh, sorry, mate. Like,
yeah.
I've never seen two.
You think
you get me?
That stems down to the alpha male. Do you think they were both that alpha male? Where? Do you get what I'm
just
saying?
Not seen the example, and they probably just.
Yeah, I've never.
They didn't have the example to. Like, do you get what I'm saying? You just you lead by example and learn from example.
Yeah, I never seen two men actually get into something and stop. But
some people don't need to fight with their hands though. They can actually just fight with speech. Like, they can say what they mean, and then words can.
But you know what I will say? But you know what I have seen though? I've seen maybe, let's just call it a spade a spade. I've seen in the black community, people have friction and whatever you call beef for years and years. But I've seen in other communities, people have differences and they put it aside, if that's for business or just for so they can live their lives peacefully. I've seen in other communities, people have full-on fights and mad situations, and then a week later they've sorted it out and they live happily ever after.
I've seen it in the black community too, where people have fell out and then come back together.
I haven't seen much of it
as well. Yeah, I suppose. But we're not everywhere, so we wouldn't be able to see it all.
Someone said to me, a white guy said to me before, he goes, "You brothers are too real for your own good. You're too real. Like, you just want to keep it real. You don't have to just be a little bit like, just put the realness to the side."
That's lack of knowledge, and do you get what I'm saying? Not being able to communicate in the right way, like coming out in anger in that situation.
Exactly,
there.
Yeah.
But if they knew, then they might be able to communicate
in
the right way.
Practice, or they had an example.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, listen, that's a lot on communication, and I feel like we touched on a lot of topics. I feel how we can sort of branch into the next episode would be why or how, where these examples come from, positive role models.
Okay.
Whether it's father figures, whether it's uncles, friends, peers,
Olders.
Yeah, there's so many things we can talk on. I feel like that would be a good place to start.
Yeah, the trap star, the gangster, whoever you look up to, the footballer.
This is it. Where does your influence come from, or who are you influenced by?
Yeah. Okay, that's what we want to see. Who or what are you influenced by? We want to see that in the comments. Let us know in the comments and the DMs as well. Anything you want us to touch on or speak on, get us.
We do want to add a segment, and we're not going to do it in this episode. We're probably going to do it in episode like 3 or 4, because we're just building up the traction now, where we want to have a private caller, call in, tell us about their example. So we'll put a post out on socials prior to us filming the next episode, or the episode that we're going to be doing it on, and we'll ask for people's examples or experiences, and arrange a private caller so we can have someone over the phone.
That'll be sick. Right, so what we want to do, we want to hear from you, our viewers. What we're going to do is a live caller segment where we want to hear maybe whatever issue you're dealing with, or is there just a question? Is there something you want us to touch on? So yeah, we're gonna provide a way, like a WhatsApp, where you can send a voice note or you can call in live, and we can use the safe space.
We can house this. Yeah, we can house that
and address any situations.
We can facilitate it.
Our last episode, again, thanks for all the likes, comments, shares, watching it on YouTube, taking the time to watch it, because you didn't have to watch it. We've now got the ball rolling, so we're just going to carry on. I hope you enjoy our next episode.
All right, that's us, the cast. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to share this with your loved ones. Send a link on Instagram, send a link on WhatsApp, screenshot it. Just help us as much as you can.
That's about it, really.
This was episode 2, and we was talking about communication. Look in next week. We're going to be talking about role models. Like, comment, share, subscribe.